Motherfucker.
What's going on, everyone? Welcome back to Backtrack Cinema. My name is Jason, and in this video, we'll be going through my top 10 Arnold Schwarzenegger movies. So pop the popcorn, get comfy, get a drink, and let's talk some Arnold Schwarzenegger.
I'll be back.
Hey, what's going on, everyone? Welcome back to the channel. My name is Jason. You're watching Backtrack Cinema. We are going to go through my top 10 personal favorite Arnold Schwarzenegger film. Now, obviously, this is very subjective, guys. The Arnold movies I like may be not the ones that you hold in high regard, so let's have a good discussion in the comments. I would like to hear your top 10 Arnold Schwarzenegger films, or just a few. You don't have to give me all 10. You can just give me 5 or just a couple, but let me know also your favorite. Let me know your absolute favorite Arnold Schwarzenegger film, and we'll have a great discussion in those comments. Coming at number 10 is The Last Action Hero.
I'll be back. Ha! You did not gonna say that, did you?
That's what you always say.
I do?
I just gave this one a rewatch, and man, this movie really is good. I haven't watched it since I was a kid, and I just love that meta approach. It's definitely ahead of its time. You know, using this meta approach about going, this kid, the way he's coping with his father's death is by just losing himself into these action movies by his favorite action actor. I can relate to this kid by just living in this movie world, so to speak. You know what I mean? Coming home and just getting lost in like First Blood or watching Rocky or watching Arnold movies or all that kind of stuff. So I just love that. And I love when he's in the movie world, how meta it gets, and the cinematography and the action, how it's over the top 80s, just like a movie, and everything's really, the colors really pop and they're bright, but when they go into the real world, it's a bit grittier, more down to real life. I just love that. And Arnold, really, his charisma just bleeds through the screen here. He's great in this, man. He's fantastic. And you got this kid who lost his father, and then in the movie world, Arnold has lost his son. You know, he couldn't save his son. You got this great dynamic between them, and how Arnold saves this kid at the end of the film, and it's just a fantastic, entertaining, good time with something to say, really. And it's great, man. The Last Action Hero, I think, holds up. It's quite smart in his writing. Coming in at number 9 is Twins.
Now, that's it. Yeah, that's it. Yeah. Whoa.
This is where Arnold tried comedy out, and he was really well directed by Ivan Reitman. Ivan Reitman really knows how to handle this kind of material, and using Arnold, really knows how to direct a guy like that to be funny, really bringing out his strengths, and probably one of the better Arnold Schwarzenegger performances. I mean, there's a few here we're going to talk about that I think are great performances, but this is actually one of the better ones, I think. And this movie really does have a heart to it, with Arnold and Danny DeVito being these twins who are the complete opposite. And I love how Arnold's trying to connect with his brother, and Danny DeVito's kind of like learns the life lessons along the way. We get a young, beautiful Kelly Preston in this. I mean, God rest her soul. She was a beautiful woman, man. She really was. And I love this scene where after Arnold has sex for the first time, and the look on his face, and it's just great. And Kelly Preston having the smoke there. It's just fantastic. And the end really makes you tear up, I think. It really does. It's about family, right? It's about no matter what, you always find your family. And Twins is just really heartfelt and has some great laughs to it. And you do get a little bit of action in there too. Coming at number 8 is Kindergarten Cop.
Shut up! Shut up! Shut up!
Oh, I love Kindergarten Cop. I thought the kids were so real in this. I like the character arc Arnold goes on. This is full of character about this cop who's been chasing this guy, this criminal, for years and years and years, cost him everything, cost him his family, a relationship with his son. And when he starts going undercover as this kindergarten teacher, he starts realizing what he left behind and what he didn't fight for. I love how he'll fight for these kids and do anything for them. And this one too, one of the great Arnold Schwarzenegger performances. Ivan Reitman again directed this and really knows how to utilize Arnold. And it really is one of the better Arnold Schwarzenegger performances. There's some really good moments here where he shows off a bit of acting. As best as Arnold can get anyway, his potential. rising up to his potential as an actor. And it really is a heartfelt story. And the end, I mean, it gets you teared up, man, where he gives up the police force, comes back to be a kindergarten teacher. It's just really heartfelt, really heartfelt.
Hi, kids.
Mr. Kimball!
I'm back.
It has a lot to say about past regrets, and also, you know, he was a good cop. There's things out there that you may be really good at, but this is the job that he was meant to do, be a kindergarten teacher. This was his calling. And a little bit of love story in there too, but kindergarten cop, man, the jokes all land. They land really well. I love seeing Arnold yelling at the kids and freaking out. You know, it's not a tumor and all that kind of stuff. I just love it. It's a fantastic film, guys. Absolutely love it. Coming in at number 7 is Total Recall.
Let it go! Cut him off that way. Over there. Hold it. He's over there. Don't move.
I love Total Recall. Very good sci-fi action film. Paul Verhoeven, who did Basic Instinct, RoboCop. This one, you know, Total Recall, and I probably still like RoboCop a bit more, but Total Recall is a blast. It's a fun mind fuck, you know what I mean? It's a real mind bender. You know, it's got some mystery to it. We got this character of Douglas Quaid whose memory was erased, and when he goes to this Total Recall thing, they find out someone's erased his memory and his mind's all messed up, and it's him discovering who he was. And the classic kind of tale of where he was this bad dude, you know, did bad things for bad people, and he wants to be kind of like the good guy now, righting his wrongs right. You know what I mean? One of the best cat fights ever between Sharon Stone and the girl protagonist in this. It's fantastic. We get classic Arnold charisma here, though. We get good fights, chases through the whole thing. The one-liners are all there. It's just great sci-fi action with something to say, and it's got a great story to it. And we got good villains in it. There's Ronnie Cox, and there's Michael Ironside, who's chasing Arnold through this whole thing. It's definitely one of Arnold's more top-tier movies with most fans, I would think, and it was a box office smash, man. I believe this one made quite a bit of money. Coming in at number 6 is Commando. I love Commando. I mean, a lot of people will probably have Total Recall higher over this, but I'm going more over the top 80s cheese action over substance, really. I'm taking style this time over substance, and Commando sits here just because how rewatchable it is, how entertaining the freaking thing is. Like this, Arnold's like shooting 1,000 bullets, taking out a whole army on his own, and the people he's shooting against, they can't hit him back for some reason. He's and you got this ex-military man whose daughter gets kidnapped. He's got to go find his daughter. They want him to do this job by killing this president. And he makes them think that he goes along with it, but now he has so much time to get her back before they know he's landed in this country they sent him to. It's John Matrix, man. It's Arnold at its finest, man. Over the top 80s cheese. Pretty violent movie for its time, I would say. When I was a kid, I remember it being pretty vicious. To today's standards, it's, you know, doesn't hold up as much. It's still fun. I think everyone likes good old Commando. We always have fun time with it. Like just the craziness in the mall and everything, where he's got like, there's got to be like 15 police officers on him, and he just goes, and he throws them all. It's just like, you're talking like superhero crap here, man. But it's great. It really is great. I really love Bill Duke in this too. Like I love Bill Duke as the villain cook in here. We got the main villain and Bennett. He's great too. There's a great end fight with him. But Bill Duke just has this posture and stance to him and this real intimidating factor to him. And I really love the fight they have. Like when Bill Duke's like, scared motherfucker? This Green Beret is going to kick your big ass. Absolutely love it. Commando's great, man. It's just entertaining every time you watch it. Coming in at number 5 is Conan the Barbarian.
Then the hell with you.
We're going back to early Arnold. This is where he could hardly speak English, it seemed like. Conan is great. I love the journey this character goes on. He goes to get revenge on his village that was attacked when he was a kid. His mom got killed. His dad got killed, so he goes and he becomes a slave. Saying at the beginning, you know, a slave who became a king, or became a king by his own hand, kind of thing. Just absolutely terrific. The way this movie opens up is awesome, with the music and the village and the attack on the village, and that great monologue Conan's dad's giving him about steel and the riddle of steel. And this movie is so quotable. And Arnold was massive. He was a fucking beast in this movie, man. That sword he uses is pretty heavy, man. And the way he swung it around, just crazy stuff. And the way he beheads James Earl Jones at the end is just awesome. But it's got the violence, man. If you love violent adventure fantasy flicks, you'll like this. It's got a little humor in there, man. It's got good characters for me. I like the characters. I like the journey Conan goes on. He falls in love. He learns pain. He learns hate. And this quest for revenge just gets deeper and deeper. And the music in this movie, you know, that dun 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 dun. It's just freaking awesome with the drums going. This would make a great heavy metal track if you had the guitars and the drums going and someone like did a cover of it. It'd be fantastic. I love Conan, man. Now the practical effects are really dated compared to today. Like when he's chopping the snake up, it's laughable to today's standards, but the movie works for me, man. The movie really works. I love it. I love adventure fantasy though. I love that kind of genre. Coming in at number 4 is True Lies.
Sure. Here's my invitation.
This is our third run with James Cameron and Arnold Schwarzenegger matchup. You know, they did Terminator and T2, and they did True Lies in 1994. And this is just a great, fun time with a great ensemble cast with Bill Paxton and Jamie Lee Curtis and Tom Arnold. And Tom Arnold steals a lot of this movie, man. He is absolutely freaking hilarious. I love that when he's trying to cheer Arnold up and he's just like, what kind of a sick bitch takes the ice cube tray out of the freezer? This dude's just hilarious in this. The action is great. James Cameron delivering on the action again. And one thing James Cameron just does so well in all his movies, he builds the characters up first, gets the story moving along, gets action here and there. But once he steps the gas on the action, he doesn't let it off. His movies just go, 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 and go. And it's just great pacing. He always has great pacing to the films. And this great story about, you know, this guy who's been lying to his wife where he's really a spy. And, you know, they've been drifting apart. Their marriage is not doing well. And he sends her on this adventure that goes wrong. And there's, you know, terrorists involved and all this kind of jazz. And it's just a fun, good time. And seeing this marriage, these two people, Jamie Lee and Arnold, just connect again. This reconnect through this adventure that ends up happening. And Bill Paxton, again, God rest his soul, so good in this movie. He is always so good in all his flicks, man. I just love Bill Paxton. This really brings that humor to this role. If you like hand-to-hand fisticuff action, there's the bathroom scene where Arnold fights this one dude. It's just awesome, man, the way James Cameron shoots this. I mean, later on, Mission Impossible did a Tom Cruise fight. I think it was Henry Cavill and Tom Cruise did a fight scene that was really good in the bathroom too. So something about bathrooms and fight scenes, but this one, so good. I mean, Arnold is this great, charismatic as ever. And what can I say about True Lies? It's just a fun, good time. All right, guys, we're into the heavy hitters now. Coming in at number 3 is Terminator 2 Judgment Day. One of the greatest action sequels of all time. T2. T2, this does so many things right. Moves the story along, the narrative, opens up the world building. Great character stuff in this. I love Sarah Connor in this. I love how she's becoming more of a machine. She's becoming like a Terminator in this movie and completely lost her son in the sense of not being there emotionally for him. There's that great moment where she's checking him to see if there's bullet holes in him, right? But he thinks that she's coming to hug him because they haven't seen each other in such a long time. And he's like, I said I'm all right.
John, it was stupid of you to go there. God damn it, You have to be smarter than that. You almost got yourself killed.
This character that wants his mom, she's become cold and heartless like a Terminator. It's not until the end that she kind of sees that, and John and her have this heart to heart, which is a fantastic moment. The end, man, where John Connor's gotta, you know, let the Terminator go. Very heartfelt, very good music going through it. I love the action with Sarah Connor in this. Sarah Connor is a badass, and making Arnold a good Terminator, a reprogrammed Terminator. John Connor, the closest thing that he ever had to a father is this Terminator. Fantastic character stuff, fantastic action. Robert Patrick as the T-1000, fantastic too. Just, you can't say much more about this movie that has already been said. It's just brilliant, man. Brilliant stuff. Coming at number 2 is Predator from 1987. I love Predator, man. I just love this movie. It's got to be my favorite alien creature design, my favorite alien creature and its character. I love this Predator, this being from this alien being that comes down, and he's a hunter, and they go to all these other worlds to hunt. So he comes to Earth and hunts the best of the best, which is this military group led by Arnold Schwarzenegger, the Terminator against the Predator. What do you know, man? It works, man. This movie is a genre splicer. The way it starts off as this over the top 80s cheesy action kind of film, then turns into this horror sci-fi blend, but does it seamlessly. It connects so well, because when it starts going more horror, it kind of stays there. That's when we get the humor starts dropping. There's a little bit in there, but it starts getting really serious, and it has great characters. This movie holds up because of all these great characters. There's Arnold's unit with Bill Duke, Jesse Ventura, Shane Black, just so many great characters. The Carl Weathers character, you know, seeing Carl Weathers and Arnold together. The only thing this movie was missing was Stallone, man. Could you imagine? That would have been overload. I mean, this movie is already pure testosterone fuel. If you would have had Stallone in the mix, oh my God, holy crap. But I love seeing this Arnold's team being taken out by this seemingly unstoppable Predator. Then Arnold turns the tides on him and starts everything the Predator was doing to them, he does to him with a final showdown. It's great, man. Stan Winston effects, you know, just amazing stuff. When I first watched this as a kid, the movie blew me away. It just blew me away. I would go out playing with my toy guns, hunting predators. My dad would rent this movie every weekend. I mean, I've watched this movie so many times. Every time I put Predator on, man, my wife goes, "You're watching that again?" It's one of my most watched movies. It's just so rewatchable. Just absolutely love Predator. The score, that score is so good. It's one of my favorite movie scores. I listen to this in my truck over and over and over and over again. Before I give you my number one, guys, here are 5 honorable mentions. Now, coming in at number 1 is the Terminator.
No, you can't do that.
Well, this is the one, guys, the Terminator. I can watch this movie over and over and over again. I think it's a perfect film from the acting to the cinematography, directing, music. It's just brilliant. Arnold Schwarzenegger in this, the way he moves like a machine, acts like a machine. He's cold, he's calculated. His, the body type he was, this, you could sense that he's this unstoppable machine. And just the way he moved, he would just do these movements where he's scanning the room, right? Scanning the room like this. The way he would walk upright and follow, he'd follow. And it's just an amazing movie. Amazing characters, man. I absolutely love the characters in this. I love seeing Linda Hamilton go from this damsel in distress to this freaking kick-ass badass soldier. When Reese is kind of like almost quitting at the end of the movie, she's like, "On your feet, soldier, on your feet." It's like, wow, what a character arc. And is it a horror movie? It's a horror fucking movie, man. I mean, it's another genre splicer. It's another one that's action and sci-fi and horror and love story. The heart of the film is this love story between Reese and Sarah. It's like he just loves this woman. He's loved her before he even met her. When he felt whenever John Connor gave him that picture, he started slowly falling in love with Sarah. And again, the way James Cameron just pushes that action and doesn't let the gas pedal off. But in this one, he keeps the narrative and the exposition, the story moving forward. It's just really, really great the way he could do that. Just great directing. The car chases and the way they're doing shootouts in the car chases, the practical effects are a bit dated now, but for me, I still like them. I still think they hold up. And that music, that score by Brad Fiedel or Fidel, I think Brad Fidel. You really listen to it. You got that one main melody, that dun 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 dun, that main Terminator thing that's very mechanical. It's rigid. It's like a machine. Then you got the other melody that's our main theme. That's very human, where you feel the kind of like the love and the passion, very human quality to it. And then he mixes it all together like a man versus machine. You know what I mean? It's all in that score. It's really, really good. This movie is so good, guys. Well, those are my top 10 Arnold Schwarzenegger films, guys. Let me know in the comments what yours are, and we'll have a good talk in those comments. Well, that's going to do it for me, guys, on this video. Don't forget to click on other related content right here. Browse through the channel. Subscribe if you really like this video, because I'll be doing a lot more stuff like this, and I've got past rankings that I think you really like and all that jazz. My name is Jason. You are watching Backtrack Cinema, and I will see you on the next video, and I will see you in the movies, man. Cheers.